Hi my loves, welcome back to my channel. So today I am back with another video. I wanted to film for you guys my top 7 foundations, and it is what I am currently obsessed with. These are my top foundations, what I use, and this is what I like to use as of now. I know that within time it may change, but as of now, these are my top foundations, and I wanted to share them with you guys because I do get a lot of questions on the foundation that I usually wear. Every time that I'm out, people always stop me and ask me, what makeup do you wear? And I never know how to answer that question, simply because I think to myself, well, I'm wearing a lot of stuff right now, you know, but usually people want to know what foundation I am using. And they always compliment that it looks really good on my skin, and I always give out the pointers. Whenever you are applying foundation, if you want a flawless look, you cannot skip moisturizer and primer. Those are the top 2 essentials of getting that flawless face. For me, the most important one is moisturizer, because that helps your foundation stick on and apply flawlessly. If you do want to cover your pores or minimize them and you want your foundation to last all day, then I do recommend using a primer, but a primer is not really necessary. As long as you put on moisturizer before your foundation, it will look a lot better rather than if you put it on bare face. So let's go ahead and get started with this video, guys. First up is a very affordable foundation, and it is the L'Oreal Paris Infallible. Now this one has been my favorite for a really long time. The reason why I love this one is because it is matte. It is absolutely matte, and I also like the color range. I like to use the shade 107, and it really matches my skin tone, and this is not cakey at all. It's actually very light, and it will give you full coverage. You don't need to use that much of it. I like that it's very affordable. I usually pick mine up at Target, and it's around $10.99. I do have oily skin, so that is the reason why I absolutely love this foundation. I do powder it. I use my Laura Mercier translucent powder to set my foundation, but I know that my friend, she doesn't powder it, and I think she has normal skin and it's very matte on her, so I definitely recommend this one if you have oily skin. Next up is the Too Faced Born This Way foundation. Now this one I use in the shade Sand, and this is also one of my favorites because it looks very creamy, very flawless on my skin. I love the color as well because I am olive, so the color Sand, if you have an olive skin tone, this is a perfect color match for you. It does come with a pump, so that is a plus. And this, I like to apply this one with a beauty blender. That is the best way to apply this one, I feel, because on my skin it actually looks very luminous. Well, it looks a lot more luminous than the other foundations that I have, and I feel like with a beauty blender it gives it a flawless look. This is also medium to full coverage. You can definitely build it up, and it doesn't really feel like foundation. It kind of feels like a silky texture. I don't know how to explain it, but if you've tried this one, you know what I mean. And if you haven't tried it, I totally recommend it because it is amazing. So next up is another one of my favorites. It is the Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place foundation, and I use the shade 3W2, which is Cashew, and I really like this. It is extreme full coverage. You only need to use a tiny bit. The only downfall on this one is that it doesn't come with a pump, so you know it's a little bit harder to not waste any product. But I love this. It is actually full coverage and very matte as well. So if you have oily skin, you will like this. This foundation makes my skin look very healthy, and I love that. That is one of the reasons why I always keep coming back to this. This was recommended to me by one of my friends, and I absolutely love it. So if you have more of an oily T-zone or oily skin, you are going to love this. Next up, another one of my favorite foundations is the Clinique Beyond Perfecting Foundation plus Concealer, and I use the shade Golden Neutral, which is number 8. And now this is extreme full coverage. If you are going for a flawless finish, this is the foundation that you should use. I like it because it's not cakey at all, and I absolutely love the applicator. It's like a big, kind of like a concealer. You know, you can apply it under your eyes as well. But this is a plus because it's very comfortable to put on and very easy to blend out with my foundation brush. It's actually very comfortable. I feel like whenever I put this on, I have the full coverage going on, but my skin is still breathing, and I love that because I don't like to have cakey foundation. I hate the feeling of your pores being clogged up, so I like for my skin to breathe, and this is amazing. You don't really need a lot of product either on this one. This is an oil-free foundation, and it is full coverage, and it's also like a very natural matte finish. So this is one of my favorite ones from Clinique. Next up is one from Makeup Forever, and this is the Ultra HD Cover Stick. Now my shade is 153, which is the Y405, and I'm gonna say that the first time that I used this, I wasn't impressed, but the reason why is because I applied this on my face and then I went in with my beauty blender, and I didn't really like the finish that that gave me. But when I used it with my foundation brush, I was like, okay, that makes a big difference. So that is my favorite way to apply this one, is with a flat top foundation brush. Usually I do a few swipes on my face, and it's very convenient because it's super fast. Like, your foundation is gonna be on within 30 seconds. So I like that. I also like that they had a wide variety of color selection. I'm very picky with my color selection. Like, it really has to be the olivey, yellowish tone in order for me to like a foundation. And I don't really like how it smells. Every time I put this on, I'm just like, ugh. I don't like the smell of it, but it is very good. This will look very good on pictures. Whenever you snap a photo on your phone or whatever, you're gonna look flawless because this is an HD foundation, and it's very creamy. So it's very comfortable on the skin, definitely medium to full coverage. I really like the fact that it is a foundation stick, very convenient, like I said, very easy to put on. So Makeup Forever, good job. Another one of my favorite foundations is this Giorgio Armani Designer Lift. I love this one mainly because it has SPF 20. So whenever I do go out during the day, I like to put on this one. It also comes with a pump, so that's very, very convenient. I don't like the Luminous Silk one because, like I said, I have oily skin. So when I was trying out the Luminous one, the girl at Nordstrom, she recommended this one to me. And I went ahead and picked it up, and I can say that I am glad I did because I love it. This is a higher end foundation, so definitely more on the pricier side, but it is worth every penny. This is very lightweight. It doesn't give you that extreme coverage, but you can definitely build it up. And I like applying this with the Web Beauty sponge or beauty blender, and it will give you that flawless finish. It's also a matte foundation, so I really like that. And I am in shade number 7. So yeah, this is definitely recommended if you are looking for a good foundation with SPF in it. I love this. Usually I only put on a moisturizer and then maybe like 1 pump of this one if I'm going out, and it's flawless. I love it. Now, I did save the best for last. My favorite foundation is the NARS All Day Luminous foundation, and I am in the shade Stromboli, which is medium 3. I love this stuff. I cannot rave about this foundation enough. This is my favorite foundation. If you've never tried it, you need to try it out, because I'm gonna tell you why. I'm the type of person that I do like full coverage, but I don't like applying a lot of product on my face. So when I tried this and I realized the pigmentation of this, I was just blown away. I was like, this is crazy. And I think that I am in love with the color. I really like that this shade matches my skin tone, and it gives me a flawless finish. You definitely only need like 1 pump of this and you're good. You don't need to apply a lot of product because, like I said, it's very pigmented. So this is gonna give you really good coverage. I have a few dark spots from previous acne, like its previous acne scars. And honestly, with 1 pump of this foundation, that's all I need. And I really like that it comes with a pump already, so you're not really wasting any product. And for me, this does say luminous, but I have oily skin and I don't have any problem. Like, I always set my foundations, so I usually set this with my Laura Mercier translucent powder, and I don't get oily throughout the day at all. So yeah, my favorite way to apply this one is with my beauty blender. I usually make sure that it's damp, and this is amazing because it really feels like you have nothing on. It's so weightless. It feels like you're not even wearing a lot of foundation, but yet you're still covered. So that is the reason why I love this foundation. It is my favorite one. And I don't think any foundation is ever gonna top this. Hopefully. Yeah, so I definitely recommend this one out of all of the ones that I've mentioned, because I really like wearing this. It is amazing. Alright guys, so that is it for this video. I really hope that you guys enjoyed it. Let me know down in the comments what your favorite foundation is. I am curious to know. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye! Another one of my favorites is this Giorgio Armani. I said that wrong. Another one of my favorite. I can't speak. Why does this always happen?